For this time at the Quick Speed Shop, I'm back working on the Ford Boogie van build. I got the power floor pan and the driver's side floor pan. I'm ripping that out and figuring out how to get back to some stock floor pan action. I'm getting out the grinders, making some sparks. It's starting right now. I'm a professional, don't try this at home. Come on out of there. This is like super heavy, thick steel. It's at least 1/8 inch plate. Might be almost 3/16, but it's heavy. It's on rollers. I think it lifts up. Oh yeah, there we go. So I've got to figure out how to get this out of here. Oh yeah. So I think it's welded in somehow. Yeah, this would be like a good secret compartment for running drugs in here if I want to be a drug mule. I'm just kidding, we're not going to do that. But this is all got to get cut out of here. This is all a custom floor pan, and I've got to replace a lot of this floor of this van. Hopefully I can. I've got a parts truck out back. Hopefully I got enough to replace this, because this is missing a big chunk of floor in here. Holy moly. Or else I'll just have to make my own floor. I have a floor pan to come in to do this floor pan area here, but this back section back here I might have to make separate. So, man, there's a lot going on here. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. I'm going to get organized, clean this van out. So I've gone in here and I stripped the carpet back. Now this is just, I got regular house carpet glued down to plywood, and it was actually glued right to the floor here. And you can, as you can see, it's shot. It's a little bit thicker there, but this has had years and years and years of wheelchair rolling over it, so it's shot. And I'm a little curious to see what's under the plywood, especially in the back, if there's any leaks, to make sure that there's no rust starting on top of it. I really don't know if I'm going to, when I do the floor in here, I'm thinking about just Herculining the whole thing with the Herculine bed liner material for now, and then figuring out what to do for the interior later. I'm not really crazy about having the plywood down because of the moisture issues if you ever get leaks. But anyways, I've got the pan, and I exposed 4 bolts holding it down, and there's an actuator that operates this. Let's go underneath, we'll take a look. All right, you can see the floor pan, the pan here. Let me try to get my light. That's the box, it's the pan. See, they notched out the frame cross member here, and they've come down under it with a custom piece of action. We've got a mount over here by the transmission up to the floor, going up there. And over here, we've got the actuator that picks this thing up. See this thing? They've actually welded it to the top of the frame. There's like a knuckle piece there. And then you got this linear actuator that raises and lowers that. Then I've got another actuator that pulls a cable back on this box up here. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe something to do with the power door for the wheelchair lift. I don't know. That's coming out of there as well. Here's the rocker panel. You can see the actuator up here going through a hole in the floor in the box where it does the moves the action there. If I can try to get a shot without a glare. Here we go. So basically got to cut this whole box out. You see it's sitting right on the frame. There's remnants of the original floor bracing there. And then they just kind of put this whole sheet metal box in. They cut into the brace here. And it's going to take a lot of reconstructing to put all this back together. But I'm going to get this actuator unbolted and then get that top plate out of there. And it'll give me some open action. The actuator's down there. I got to pull the bolt out of that. And then this will stay here, maybe. Yep, so basically this whole box has got to come out, get cut all the way back to here. You can see the body mount where they pretty much spliced it in. They did a pretty good job doing it. Everything appears to be sealed up good. They actually went right over the sill here. You see the rubber sill plate that goes up underneath there. And it looks like the sill goes back into here a little bit. Okay, the cleaning continues here. I went and I removed all the plywood and carpet out of the van, and it was held up pretty good. It had one little soft spot in the back, but you can see here they put it right in this van. It was converted when it was brand new. There's absolutely no there's only scratches from me dragging the plywood out, and it was put in there new. But we got a catastrophe. Look at this. This brace, which is down under here and open to the elements, I think on the end, for some reason it rotted out around both these body mounts like this pretty bad. So I've got to repair that. I've got a bunch of these screw holes. I got some screws left over I couldn't get out with the Phillips head screwdriver. I've got to pull out with some pliers, and then I've got to hit all these with a welder, weld all these holes up. But I've got the van wide open. Look at that, bam. This thing is like one big echo can now of just bare metal action. I also went and pulled the fuel tank off, which is, I didn't realize, is about 3/4 of the way full. But this gas is multiple years old, so I'm going to drain it out of here. I'm going to pull a fuel pump out of the tank and look at that. I might even put a new fuel pump in it since I got the tank out, since it hasn't run in several years and that gas could be all crappy in the pump. I'm going to pull all that out, so I got that out of the way for welding. I've also pulled the rear bumper off the van so I can get to the body lift action and get around to the tank here. But the everything's looking good. It's in really nice shape, except for these holes here, obviously. Up here at the pan action, I'm ready to start cutting this floor pan out now that I got the fuel tank out of the way. What I'm going to do is they stitched it about 1 inch long every so often. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to cut with a cutoff wheel these stitches back a little bit and try peel it up with the air chisel or something and try to peel this whole box out in one shot. It's stitched all the way around. It's fully welded up front. I'll end up cutting this out, and I'll cut it along here where it's fully welded around this edge by the doghouse. But then I think it just sits down over the jamb. They welded it here to the edge of the jamb, then they stop here, and it looks like it's just gooped together. I assume that's welded. Maybe it's just... it's got to be welded there. So I'll have to cut that, but the rest of this I think just sits in here and is sealed up with some silicone. So I'm going to try to move this whole thing in one shot. But as you can see, it's a pretty good platform to start out with once I fix those couple little spots on the floor. And that's really weird why it rotted out like that. I don't understand what happened, but I'll go ahead and get that fixed up. And it's a pretty good platform to start out with. It's right down to bare bones. And good news is, I was looking on the internet, there's a place that makes a carpet kit, and I can get a green carpet to go in this thing to match my green seats that are going to go in here. So I'm going to do like a gray and green theme. I'll have the green carpet, the green swivel buckets, and the benches in the back. And then I'm going to make some plywood sides for here and get some green carpet and carpet the sides of this thing with green carpet. So I'll pretty much be a full green interior with just a little bit of gray around the edges. I might even try to make new door panels out of green material as well. We'll see how that goes. But at least I got a plan. I can get this covered up and get the things, and I got some other damage to fix over here where the handicap ramp was. It stress cracked a bunch of the spot welds in the floor braces. I got to fix them, and it's got a little bit of damage in the floor. I'll straighten that out. But overall, it's pretty good platform in here to work with. So I'm going to start trying to see if I can get this guy cut out of here and see what happens. Okay, it's a few days later. I'm back working on a pan, and I've got out my cutoff wheel and the air chisel, and I went and I cut the stitch welds around here, and I've air chiseled the edge up here to get the pan started to get free. And then I cut it across here where they had welded all the way. I just made a rough cut and around the doghouse, and I air chiseled here. Now I've already removed this piece, but I'll do it again for the camera. Ta-da! So it looks like they laid this right down over the original floor pan here. You can see where they sawed into the plastic runner, and they spot welded this to the existing floor, which goes over here somewhere. So I've got to carefully remove that, and it also does the same thing up here on the lip here. You can see here they folded this lip over the edge. They welded it up here, but the original floor is under there. So I've got to do some careful cutting and removing and hammering away at this thing. But hopefully I can get the pan out without too much trouble. It's already smoky and dusty in here. I just got to reef on it and see what happens. Almost there. Ta-da! That's all I'm talking about. Now I can see what they did. I still got the hydraulic ram over here to remove that raised that, and I got a pin I got to get out. I just got to trim and clean up the edges now, and then figure out how to put this back together. That's the next question. Here's where the fuel pump goes up there, and I've got some braces. There's a brace right here that's going to need to be rebuilt back over here into the side of the structure here. I can rebuild that. This will be a flat piece of sheet metal with ribs in it somehow. Hopefully I can make it with a bead roller or do something and replace this. Is just flat here. Then this is mainly flat. I've got my parts truck, box truck out back that should have this sill piece, because this sill is missing in here. It should be straight across and curve around like this. So hopefully I can take the Sawzall and saw what I need out of that and weld that into here, and then just make a new floor pan here under the seat. And it shouldn't be too bad to piece this back together. But that wasn't too bad. I had to do a lot of cutting. I didn't realize I had some extra brace action tied into it. But I got it out of there. I just got to, like I said, do some trimming, get these extra overlap pieces cut back, get back to virgin metal, and then rebuild it. I think that's as far as I'm going to get in this video. I got that pan out, and now I can see what I got to do. I think what I'm going to do is make that brace across the back where the where the tunnel went to the doorpost and get that to shore the floor up first, and then I can take the bracket off that's holding the floor to the transmission tunnel, and then start piecing the floor together. So I think that's as far as I'm going to go in this video with the demo. Next time we'll be making that brace and start thinking about getting a floor pan pieced back together. There'll be one more step to getting the body on this thing back down off the body lift and back onto the frame where it's supposed to be. And then we can really start getting into putting the round headlight conversion in, and I got to think about getting this thing running again. And hopefully, not too long, it'll at least be drivable, and I can get it in and out of the garage here. But got to do all the sheet metal work in the meantime. So that's the end of it for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again right here at the Quick Speed Shop.